Chapter 11, Measuring a Nation's Cost of Living. The key term here is Consumer Price Index. You often hear it referred to by its acronym CPI. This short video is basically explaining what, in real terms, a consumer price index is. So pardon me while I read from your text the actual definition, and then I'll tell you what it really is. Consumer Price Index, CPI, a measure of the overall cost of goods and services bought by a typical consumer. So when we're live in class, I usually have time to ask the class, what are some things that everyone buys? And people come back with things like, milk, bread, peanut butter, gas for their car, bottle of water, just a long laundry list of things. But how I want to illustrate it to you is, imagine you're at your local Sam's warehouse or Costco warehouse and you're buying in bulk, and there are things that you always buy. Well, you get your buggy, all right? You go in there and you start putting things in your cart. You decide, you have a list of things you want to buy. And these are things that everyone buys. You can buy gas at Costco. Yeah, you can buy tires at Costco. Yeah, you can buy bread. You can buy milk. You can buy a pound of beef. In fact, you usually have to buy about 5 pounds of beef at Costco. And you put all these things in your cart, right? Well, as you're going along, you're noting the prices because you're like, hey, I kind of want to, we do this mental calculus where, hey, I kind of want to buy this much. I want to pay this much. I have a budget for this. And you're bebopping along. You get some paper towels. You get some toilet paper. You put them all in your cart. Okay, you're pushing this cart. What do you do next? Well, you check out. All right? And they scoot, scan your stuff. And at the end, you get a total for all of these things that you're going to buy. And these are all things that most people buy. Well, if you did that in 2017, and then you went back in 2018, and then you did it in 2019, and you do it again in 2020, and we have a 4-year stretch, couldn't we compare, if we bought the same thing every time in our cart, couldn't we compare the total on the receipt, what we had to pay for the same things over years? Now, what do we typically see prices do? They typically go up over time because of inflation. And we've got a chapter coming where we're going to cover that thoroughly. That's the reasons why. But prices go up over time. That's called inflation. So each and every year, 2017, 18, 19, 2020, we check out, the price of those goods go up. And if it's the same things, we're buying the same quantities of the same things, toilet paper, paper towel, 4 tires for my car, a gallon of gas, pound of ground beef, gallon of milk, loaf of bread, and all these things, couldn't we then compare the 4 years based on the total cart cost? That is an index calculation that we call CPI. So in rough terms, that's exactly what we're doing this week. Come back for the next video and I will show you step by step how you calculate CPI.